Welcome back to Arizona Daily Mix. You've seen Lloyd Baker on TV telling you how he can help with your claims, and he joins us today to give us insight on how he can make sure you're receiving what you're supposed to get when you file a claim. Good morning, Mr. Baker. How are you? Can I call you Lloyd?
Yep, absolutely.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. You know what I'm saying? I came in this morning so excited to have you on the show. We got your commercials on here. But what I love, too, is that you used to be with insurance companies. Mm-hmm. You know what goes on, and you are the person to say, hey, listen, I'm here for you. You know, not for the insurance company. I'm here for you. And that's something that we need to start looking at. Also, too, we have to realize one myth you want to break is that you already start charging people when they open a claim, which is not true.
No.
So let's talk about that.
Well, it's pretty easy. If we don't win, you don't pay.
Yeah.
So it's real simple that way. The biggest problem people have is they delay and they don't get an attorney. They don't preserve the evidence, and so it's they think, well, you know, it's going to cost me so much, and so it's just not. I mean, it's contingency fee, so it's just help us. Let us help you.
Right.
And when we help you, you can win big, and then it's just getting everything together and presenting it. And the insurance company absolutely doesn't want you to get an attorney.
Right.
They tell you. I mean, I worked for one. They said, hey, one of the biggest in the country. They're like, hey, don't tell them not to.
Right.
Because we pay them more.
Yeah.
And so, and there's studies that say, 3.5 times more. The people don't get the right treatment. They don't preserve the evidence when they do it on their own. And so insurance companies kind of railroad them.
Yeah.
So.
And we're not here to knock down insurance companies. They're there, but we don't know. They have a little job to protect their self and everything. Mm-hmm. But you said something that was very important, and that is not to wait. Because I think that's what happens. People will say, okay, you know what? I got in an accident. Let me run it through insurance company, and all of a sudden they find out what's going to happen. So then they go get an attorney.
Yeah,
and it's like
too late.
Yeah, it's too late because one, you said they don't preserve evidence, which is very easy to do. We all have the smartphones. They all have cameras on them. Yeah. And you're saying take pictures, and not just of the accident, but your surroundings, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. What lane you're in, where the debris is. Make sure you get the witness information from anybody that saw it, and then we want surveillance videos if we can. It's super important because sometimes people forget that they caused an accident, and they're like, oh yeah, I report it to their insurance company, and they know that their insurance is going to go up, and so they're like, hey. Yeah. I wasn't at fault for this accident, so a lot of video coverage is helpful for us. I love that everybody has dash cams nowadays because it helps people tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
This is what really happened in the accident,
right?
And so, or witness statements and stuff like that. So.
One thing also too, we do see you on your motorcycle because you're a very big advocate for motorcycle riders because sometimes they get overlooked. There's sometimes in the most accidents that pretty much
people
sometimes insurance, and insurance sometimes don't want to pay out because they go, well, you're on a motorcycle. And that's where you're saying, no, you're here to support them and actually everyone.
Right, sure. Yeah, we do trucking, we do cars, but motorcycles, yeah, I ride. I've got several motorcycles. I like, I love Harleys. I've got that chopper that's on a lot of our commercials. It's fun to ride, and it's a free feeling, and it's just, most people think, well, most people are a little bit reckless. They're not really. I mean, you get some people on bullet bikes every once in a while and that kind of thing, but most people that ride, they want to be protected. They don't want to get in an accident. So I think that's just changing that perception of people is big, and automatically because you're on a bike doesn't mean you're at fault. Usually somebody didn't see you.
Right.
That's usually what happened.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna break down a myth too. I'm gonna get in trouble, and hopefully Mr. Baker. I'll call you Mr. Baker now.
You can call me Lloyd.
Can I call you Lloyd?
Baker's my dad.
See, and I like that because what you see on the commercial, you see the tough lawyer and everything, but in person, you are so great because you're there for the clients. I mean, you're a bulldog in the courtroom for them, but when it comes to talking with them, you're very personal, and that's what's so great about you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's just I'm like anybody else. I'm hardworking. I want to win just like anybody else does, and I want to help people. And so I've been doing this 21 years, and I just it's I think that's why people come to us and come back, right? Is because hey, you know what? We're real. We're hardworking. We want to win, and we want to do the right thing. And so it's just. It's not pompous. It's not anything. It's just helping people.
Yeah, and that's what's so important.
What it's all about.
And that's what we're saying there. So again, the big myth that you want to pretty much get out, and that is, don't wait. It's not going to cost you anything to come talk to you, to make a claim to see. Because also too, you might get into a situation that you do hire a lawyer and somebody who doesn't know accident injury because he's a friend of the family or he does corporate law, and that's why you laughing because you had that happen to you.
All lawyers aren't the same. It's like, and hey, they have their place, right?
Yeah.
Corporate law lawyers and stuff, and so but it's not an injury lawyer.
There it is, and that's what you do. And we have to mention too that not just in Arizona, you also practice in Nevada. And we know people travel over there to go to Vegas and different stuff. So if you're in trouble, you can always give a call. And that way, when you get home here, you have someone who's on your team when you're out of state too. So
thank you. Yeah.
thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah, sure,
So
it's my
we have
pleasure.
all the information, of course, on aztv.com. You can see the commercials. You can also go to Mr. Lloyd Baker's website to get more information on getting a hold of an attorney. But again, don't wait, people. Make sure you do all the work and everything, and they're there to guide you to it. So
Yeah, thanks.
thanks for coming in.
Yeah, appreciate it.